Okay. This time, not tired out of my fucking mind. Exactly. The one thing I couldn't do off screen was EV train. I did everything else. That was softly setting Squirtle. I even took the time to do like area 1. Like outside of like I mentioned earlier, outside of like the few trainers that were based off of other trainers or gym leaders and the like. It's gonna be just the same old rundown. Just hopefully Shaka's end up seeing like Del Kenny level 31 or Mighty N at 28. Just so I can get some experience on the 3 actual team members. Volume again. I'm gonna double check the volume again. Because I may have put it about a bit too low last time. Then again, last night I was basically running on fumes. I'm gonna put on 18. So let's go, babe. It said it's so Jersey it'd be water rock. So simple to grass. And like, that's good. Level 17 now. Unfortunately, that is way too. Yes, I know Java is enough. Unfortunately, that is way too low for where we are right now. We're gonna be EV training these fuckers. Now I can actually go into detail about the EV training because they made it piss easy. And dare I say, not as exact as I might have hoped. Let's see when I actually get to it. That's for the unfortunately. Oh, no. Honest Minds elements at this point will be just straightforward. The rest are not going. Well, Mawile is going to be straightforward as well. But 2 others are not going to be. And it's because of the fact that I like my EV spreads the way I do, is that it's going to be a bit of a problem to do it here. Because, kind of do like having some form of fine-tunement. That's not what I would. I like fine-tuning my spreads. And because it's just straight across 84 across the board, no matter what point in the game you are, to be fair, that's helpful because it's not based off of whatever Pokemon has those points for EVs. But to go for what I'm typically used to, by having each Pokemon having an EV here, to basically fighting tags that each give 14 points a pop and 84 points total. That's gonna cause me some issues. Hell, it caused me issues the first time I was doing this. Or the first time I was playing. And that's very upsetting to me. Will I go over it? Sure. Like, And chances are, like, while this may not be changed, other stuff of the mod will be. Says it's technically finished, but technically not. What do I see? Probably Swino since... Yeah, probably Swino. But the two of them are... that sounds like a bird. Swino first since that's the first of love. And I've also been making a habit of labeling which Pokemon I'm currently EV training, so I'm not losing track out of any of it. It just helps. You. Yes, it's this bastard. I said punching bags, I actually do mean it. Using the Wobbuffet texture, the Wobbuffet model, and just textured down punching bags. It's kind of hilarious. Oh, you know what? And they all know, and the only move they know is Splash. So no threat of them attacking the Pokemon while you're just trying to do EV training, which, again, not sure how I feel about that, because it's just like, yeah, that just happens. And they all have a stat of literally 1. Like, 1 HP, 1 attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. They are quite literally, for all intents and purposes, punching bags for you to EV train off of. It's a good thing I kept at least one sprint move in Snow. Because it would probably be just a little bit more tedious if I didn't. I think that's why not has Bulldoze. And unfortunately, just like in Vanilla, if I want to rematch them again, I'll have to exit the area and come back in. Exit the area, come back in. Like, all of this is to say, it just makes it, like, faster. With how many points they give per. Oh, right, it's Kale. Because instead of it being the fucking construction worker right next to the end that has HP, and the next year, I think it was just a bunch of Pokemon like Blissey that gave 3 EV points per HP. Oh, wait, oh. I just realized that even if I do 2 battles, it's not going to round off at 172. It's going to round off at 168. Maths! Despite it being my favorite subject, I can't imagine many people either enjoy math or want to hear about math. Okay, I just remember too that I mentioned that, oh, it has some sort of graphic or some way to show the stats. because I was kind of hesitant of just showing the spreadsheet. I also don't want to just tell you. No. Chances are we're not going to keep using Mighty N anymore. Though not having something to reliably weaken Pokemon without killing it is going to be a problem. Even with the buffs to everything. And despite the graphics saying, oh, Rockman is a Psychic type, they're normal. Which I guess means that if you're using a Ghost type, you kind of have to use a different move to hit him anyway. And of course I'm reminded that this is Gen 3. Stats don't automatically update when you're getting different value points. Well, at least not until after battle. That's in later gens. Gen 3, you get to just wait until they level up again. Yeah. Really, the only reason is so that Swinub has investments. When I give him the Assault Vest. Give it the Assault Vest. Because I went through Mount Battle's first area not once but twice, just so I could have some experience on it. That actually kind of means that I think have enough points to get an Assault Vest for. Oh no. Let me open that up. Yes, sure. Loading plugins. I'm not currently editing this, although I do intend to at least at some point do like a highlights vid for like each part that I've done. Chances are it's probably for the better that it becomes a highlight because doing this was so convenient. Like waiting for a VOD to show up on the channel. Or getting the highlights of what has happened thus far throughout each part of the playthrough. For me, I tend to do both for the content that I watch. Because there's a VOD, I kind of want to see all of it, but if there's a highlight, there's something specific, I was like, yeah, I'll watch that as well. It's just nice to have. A lot more convenient, anyway. Press down. Like I said, it's not going to round out at 172 if you do 2 battles. You're going to have to pump up vitamin for that. I think anyway. Well, I literally, under the document I have with it for the team, I also put down the math for the relevant EV spreads that I want to enact for. So, for example, let's say I wanted to have 172 EVs in a sudden stack, but this one is HP. If I were to do 2 battles, it would only go up to 168. I still have to put in at least 1 vitamin. Actually, let me save so it'll actually round out to 172. Unfortunately, that's literally 2. Yeah, I would be missing out if I did that. Can I speak this up? Probably should. Like, to be fair, it's not like there's pretty much tested as much on hardware. On Dolphin, by the way. I could very much speak this out. And that's probably not going to make it. No, I get it. No. I mean, what I should be doing is setting up a source so that I can like show the spreadsheet if it becomes relevant again. And considering that we are going to be doing at least oh yes, you're going to create a one-stat focus. How did I set it? Which option though is on Drive. And I probably should mention if you are using the spreadsheet, the spreadsheet that they made available, you're gonna have to make a copy so that you can actually use the checkboxes or use any of the tables that is on it. Because otherwise you can't make any changes to it. Time so I can get to 252. Then it's just press the key and then we can move on to still bagging. Probably it's gonna make the source visible, even though that's probably not what I want to do. Yeah, what token I'm going to use for the team? Let's see. I recently made a change as of yesterday, because I still tend to use Salamence, I still tend to use Polygon 2. Pilot's still on there, Meditite's still on there, Molwow's on there. The only thing that I changed from yesterday to today is that instead of using Zapdos, I'm going to be using what I can only surmise as the alternate form of Blastoise. Because the only thing they show as like on the page without giving out spoilers is just question mark, question mark, question mark. And same deal for me. I don't intend to spoil. Like, if it's something very significant to the mod, I won't spoil it, but, like, we're still talking about XD here. But those are the 6. I'm currently training up one of them. Actually, no, I'm training up 3 of them. I'm just taking my time with one of them because... Unfortunately, if I want to get the split that I want to do, the math was not mathing. So I have to kind of make up for it on my own end. What's this? You're new here. Welcome. Welcome to my very small corner of the internet. It's a very niche corner, too. Dragon's next. Alright, same deal. 172 special attack. Math doesn't match, so we're getting a calcium. Excuse me? Uh, sir, you seem to have placed where calcium should be with a carbos. I don't think that's correct. I do not think that is correct. And unfortunately, I sold my calcium. That was held by one of the shadow Pokemon. So, fuck. So, fuck. How did I not notice that my first time going through? It's like, yeah, that looks good. All the vitamins are there. No calcium. And I didn't go back and heal the PP, so we're stuck using single focus. Oh no, oh no. This is a vital mess. Oh. This might be, you think I would remember, hey, check your PP so I can actually heal. No. I'm too laser focused on numbers. What? Okay, after this I'm going to A, heal up, and B, try and set up the source so I can actually show the spreadsheet. Because while I may not be able to have like a fancy graphic for it, I can at least show what I mean when I say what the changes are. And also show what I mean when I say that regardless of the evolution stage, you're still able to learn the moves of the Pokemon needs. And that all it does is remind me that because about all the things I expected to change, I didn't think Braylon would just not have Spore anymore. It also said, you know what does get Spore? Meganium. Okay. Maybe like you're like just like a minute at most. Doors and so can I do this again? That's not correct. That's not correct at all. That is also not correct. My apologies. It's been for fucking ever. Window. Oh, right, because one of them is for Pokemon Mystery Universe. This is going to look awkward, I apologize. There we go. Fortunately, we're probably going to make this just a bit smaller, so it's not taking up the whole thing. What would even be a good... just big enough for it to be eligible. And even then, it kind of feels like floppy. Tables. So the main focus is just the stats. I'll put it there for now. So that the next time it becomes relevant, I know where to look for it. Goes back to this. So tag is done. Yes. Yeah, let's speak. Goodness. I wasn't expecting it to take this long to do EV trading. But considering that I sadly could not do it off screen by the time this started, and that's mainly because I was trying to catch up with restarting anyway. I did, yeah. Good, I remember. The investor special. That for some reason I can't get a calcium for. And that's still jarring to me. like how? I'm wondering if I actually did get the carbos correctly, or if it just registered as the calcium instead. Fingers crossed that it's the former rather than the latter. Just think without it. I mean, I wasn't gonna say it while I was, like, when I first initially joined the channel, but like, it does give credence that it's some that in at least for the most part, it does seem like it's actually quite substantial changes. But then there's stuff like that where it just feels slapdashed together. Because something as simple as ensuring that it details the correct thing. But yeah. That's not how it's approach itself because it's both special attack. Thankfully, this will not take any much longer than it currently is. Because it's just the 3 current teammates. And then probably however long it's going to take to get Meditite. Because that's in the wild area. Wild area with a 5% chance of appearing. And and it bears repeating, but knock on wood, that I'm probably gonna end, because of the shiny odds of this fucking mod, I'm probably gonna end up finding a shiny before I end up getting the natures that I want. Not the first time that it's happened to me during my time playing this mod, and it won't be the last. But God forbid we might just find a shiny anyway, just randomly appearing either in Mount Battle or in one of the other shadow Pokemon that I'm not even trying to hunt for. That's happened as well. It's happened quite a few times on Mount Battle. I'm pretty sure it's not like... Maybe it is preset, I can't say for certain. But like... Actually, no. You know what it is? It feels like when we still had the Battle Frontier and stuff like that, where one of the trainers would in fact randomly have a shiny Pokemon on their team. In fairness, I never understood that. I mean, it was explained, I just didn't bother to remember. I never really understood why that was the case. Especially since you can't even catch any of them. Nor can you keep any of the ones that you're renting out when you're in those type of battle facilities. The ones where you're renting Pokemon on the team. Once that we don't even get that anymore. We don't even get, well, actually can't say for something. But even if we were to get something like that, the most we would get is just like a battle tower. I forbid we have fun facilities while we're doing what is effectively baby's first exposure to competitive Pokemon. Another thing I'm also realizing is because of how little XP these fuckers are getting. Because of how little XP they're getting, these two are going to end up staying longer than I would have liked. Because if we don't have a calcium, we quite literally have to fight these men. That is not the person I want to talk to. That is not at all the person that's special defense. Whoops. Again, just forget for not paying attention. You. Actually, while I'm over here, anyway, even right here is still gonna be up to level 20. I mean, it technically wouldn't be out of the realm for them to do this thing, but it's level 20. And it's only gonna get higher from there. One more battle of speed, one more battle of special attack. Realize that this is pretty much for the most that we've been doing. Just so I can have actually make sure that when I actually get to use the teammates, I'm not really fussing over what EVs are getting from each Pokemon that are being fainted. Because we are in a controlled environment where we can do that. A controlled environment with literal punching bags. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I did it again, I wasn't paying attention. I swear, it's some form of autopilot. Some form of autopilot that I'm not paying attention to. I'm gonna get to a point where I can actually memorize so I don't keep making that same mistake over and over again. That would probably help. Will also probably help in ensuring that I do this sort of thing off screen so it's not just taking up. And I'm going to be predicting about an hour of just EV training. This is what we're used to doing. We didn't have any hyper training. Well, we don't have hyper training. We don't have any of the anklets that give additional EV points. And we sure as hell do not have horde battles to actually. Well, yeah, we don't have any horde battles to make use of EV training off of that either. Nor do we have any of the. Nor do we have SOS battles. Shit, we don't have that. We don't have those things anymore anyway. They existed for like one generation, and that was it. At least triple and rotation battles lasted more than a generation. Those didn't. I actually liked rotation battles. Those were fun. Speed's done. Another special attack. And I'm very much half tempted to actually... But I very much do want to, because let's be real. Stuff like this is rather tedious if you're just doing it on your own on regular speed. Not counting any mistakes like going out to the wrong effort value trainer. Which is an issue on my end. Okay. Done. It's bag undone. Level 4 goal. Thankfully, it's going to be a lot more straightforward. Well, more or less more straightforward than any other team. Of course, I say that, and then I'm looking at Meditite's EV spread, and oh gosh, and Porygon 2's EV spread. Okay, no, it's not that complicated, but like... What? I'm going to double check something very quickly. Because I might have to redo it. If I redo it. I want to say that still feels like base. Pardon me as I fact check something. Yeah, it's just the same as vanilla. Yeah, of all things to buff on Porygon 2, because Porygon Z is in it, it's a special attack. Oh, really? Whoops. Really? 85 HP, that's the only thing that's like from base Porygon 2. Meanwhile, everything else gets a, well, besides speed, everything else gets a bump. And now it's just more good. Thankfully, I already gave him the 6 combo, so 60 speed is done already. It's just HP and special attack. You know what I could do? If we're gonna be doing stuff levels anyway, I might as well at some point do the Colosseums. Since they have vastly different rewards and vastly different end trainers as well, since they're based before I completely butcher it. Yeah, they're based off of like folks in the ROM hack community. What's the same for this special anyway? It's very non-specific that it just say stuff like, oh, it involves using an evolution stone. Okay, cool. You want to tell me which one? And I'm mainly referring to the Pokemon that don't initially have an evolution stone to evolve. Because for trade evolutions, that's for like the new lodestone that's in both this and XG. I'm referring to stuff like the three Kanto starters that have an alternate form, or Salamence. You know, it just says evolution stone for those four. I could probably use process of elimination, at least with Salamence. The other three seem. I want to say it makes more sense for those three. But which one do you want me to use for Salamence? You gave me nothing to work off of. And before it's just a Moonstone, like the other Moonstone evolutions. Oh, because his wings look like a crescent moon. Something like that, I'm guessing. Also because I don't feel like using Charizard for the umpteenth time on an initial playthrough. To be fair, that's not what this is. That's something I did on my own time. You probably just should have labeling stuff. So sweet. Also, quite a distance you have to walk between all the other stats and then where HP is. And it's fucking Kale who has it. HG would be the construction worker. He doesn't have anything in this one. I was gonna love how the one ice move they give towards Squirtle at the start is fucking Powder Snow. We could probably just give it Icy Wind. In the very same vein, you can give it Icy Wind as well. Instead of Powder Snow. It's also a spread move with ice typing, but it also gives you speed control. It gives you speed control. It's just less accurate than Powder Snow. To be fair, what else is going to get a Aura Beam? Probably. Actually, that's a bit of a kick in the teeth as well, because it does get Icy Wind. It does get Icy Wind, just at level 26. Oh wait, I just realized. I know what it could have done. For the 196 HP. I could have given it like... Oh no, because I would still have to do another battle. Because most you would get is 100. Again, we're talking about the master behind it. You know, that's kind of how I best understand stuff like this, is the math behind it. Get another one that gets snow. I'm not going to be using Whirlpool, fuck that. We're almost done with this. If World Tour is almost done, then we can actually make progress. That'll be really funny. I'm pretty sure I could just let War Turtle do this so that I don't have to keep going back and forth to a Pokemon Center. Just to recover the sole PP of Snow. But I'm gonna do that. At least save me a bit of time from each trip. Even though War Turtle's basically gonna be done next trip. It's probably going to be the most screen time Pyrite's getting. Not counting any visits we make to the Coliseum. Just so we can go after Mirror B when that happens. Done. And we can move on. Probably one thing. Really color, that's actually the main difference. Because while the abilities are the same, the stats are very slightly different. And by very slightly, I do mean like an extra 10 points to defense, special attack, and special defense. And I want to say HP. I'm pretty sure it's HP. Okay. That should be. But at the least, until the next time we do this, for the other 3 teammates. I don't know how long Meditite's gonna be to get. Oh, right, silly me. Right, because I said I was gonna use fucking powder stone. And this is what happens when all of your stats are literally 1. Yeah, I'm not sure how long Meditite's gonna be before I can actually get that. Because 5% chance when there's so many other encounters for the damn wild areas now. To be fair, that's kind of how it was in XG as well. Just saving right before the clock until we actually get the Pokemon that we're looking for. And once we do, then we have to actually do another save. And it's opposite for the natures. Or just randomly get a shiny Pokemon because it's 1 in 64. Oh, whoops. I did not do that. Okay. Things done for now. Sad to say that the only one that isn't level 20 is in fact Swino. Oh, and that. Oh, dude. Okay. I was gonna say, well, we could just give it the lucky egg. Let's get started with the tutor boost. Because there's no Protect TM. I'm dead serious, there's no Protect TM. I want to say it was just kind of the same as like I said, moments like this feel slapdash where everything else feels like it's been substantially changed. But gee, I wonder why they gave it Home Claw. Was it because they gave it Hustle? Even though I still prefer Dragon Dance. Yeah, it does happen. Okay. Locked? No. As you, sir, are not going to be sticking around as a water rock type. Nor are you keeping Powder Snow. We need some goddamn speed control. I'm still gonna give it to Lucky. And just until, like, these three are up to snuff. Sadly, that means that these two, the two cat and dog duo, they're staying just a little bit longer. Okay, now, actual progress. Jeez. My sincerest apologies. I was not expecting it. Not expecting that to take upwards of an hour. A fucking hour. Just on EV training. Same. Oh right, it's not this floor. This floor. The fact that it's built in needs to still have this little girl be something that gives you an item. Not that we actually get anyone else following us. Oh, right. Again, with stuff like this. He doesn't even turn to talk to you. Like, unless it's stuff like that. It's like, otherwise they just stand there, staring at nothing while they talk to you. It's quite astonishing. I have no idea what changes were made so that to have that happen at all. Or to have characters T-posing, which we'll get to. Oh boy, will we get to T-posing characters. Two bozos. Yes, the radar that we'll be using for exactly, if things go well, probably only like a few times. For an ungodly reason. Not only do we have to deal with the shadow Pokemon that B has, but also Gonzap, like an XG, has shadow Pokemon. Not Absol anymore. And here we have the area where I'll be dumping all my Pokestacks in, because Meditite only appears here. Literally, here's where the 5% chance is. It's just in this desert area. Oh boy, I sure hope that's not going to be annoying. Like, it always has. And considering that I'm only going to be using it in one area, it's going to be a lot less distracting than if I have it all three. It is still distracting though. What do you think I'm kidding? All of that shit's gonna go into that one Poke spot. The ones he's looking for: Zangoose, Relicanth, and Kecleon. And sadly to this day, I have yet to catch either of those three in a playthrough. Nor do I know what the fuck it gives you for it. And considering that it's going to be all in the desert, I think that's the area that has Zangoose. So if I don't miss it, I'll at least... Yeah, the Zangoose 1% chance. And it's quite a hell of a 1% chance as well. Not a single time in the playthrough have I seen either of them. You guys in here, dude. Any plans on getting a magical for Gyarados or is it Pokemon? So Gyarados is in this. It's a shadow Pokemon in this. Unfortunately, Gyarados isn't gonna be until much later. Like, if I remember correctly, it's like Citadog Isle much later. You know what? I'll go to check it now. Like, yeah, you're gonna be seeing stuff like Melodic sooner before you can see, like, Gyarados. I actually don't remember. I know it's not until much later. And I'm committed. What? I do not remember where. Yeah. You're not gonna see a Shadow Gyarados until the second time you fight Gorgon. That's how late in the game you're actually gonna find that fucker. But no, I do not intend to use Gyarados. Well, let's say we were to get a Gyarados, right? What does Gyarados have? As soon as this turn is over. I'll say this much, if you're expecting it to still have Intimidate or even Moxie, that's sadly not the case. I'm ready. Yeah. Let's say we were to get a Gyarados. Instead of Intimidate or Moxie, it has Unaware. Wild items, Black Hand or Chartulary. That would be really great if it was actually in a wild area. Because yeah, Cabana's in a wild area. Pretty much a good portion of water, fire types, and stuff like that. A bunch of stuff is in wild areas. But G-Club is not in a wild area. And I just realized a bit of an issue. Wait, no, what am I saying? Oh, right, I was gonna show Ludicolo. As I said, like, Ludicolo is probably one that had the least amount change to it. Because it was already a pretty good Pokemon. Like, a small bump to HP, a small bump to defense, special attack, and special defense. Same abilities and all that jazz. And just to kind of put the point, this learn set right here would be the exact same learn set that would be given to Lombre. So regardless of when you're using the Water Stone, you're still going to learn the moves that you need to, and it's going to be in the exact same levels. That tells you everything. Quite jarring, honestly. Right. Oh. Imagine my disappointment when I saw that this bastard doesn't have a very team like he would in XG. Like a full-on pledged rain team. It's literally just the same as a bunch of Ludicolos. Because in XG he had like Ludicolo, but he had like an Almastar, he had a Pelipper, a full-on rain team through and through. Sadly not the case here. We're just sat with well, by the end of it, we'll be sat with a bunch of Ludicolos. As I failed to mention it throughout, I have noticed, yeah, it's the modern XP system. Hey, you know what my problem with the modern XP system is? No way whatsoever fucking ever to turn it off. So, the level disparity throughout is going to be all over the place. Regardless of what point of the game we're in. It's... oh boy. Alright, Yeah, I said I was gonna get an as vest for this. For Spina. Yeah, because sadly it doesn't let any status moves that I would want to use. Since we're completing Area 1, excuse me, we did get 2 ability capsules. But that's not what I'm... Wait. Right, it's all just TMs and shit. Oh god, that's right. Oh god, I did forget. The Assault Vest is only going to be in Citadel Isle. I'm still having XG on the brain, where you could get an Assault Vest. An Assault Vest, all 3 choice items, the whole 9 yards. I forget you have to actually look for them. Right. Kill that leader. Okay. I think I forgot it. It's gonna be quite a while. Yes, I too remember a time when a hyena couldn't jump kick. Ah, yes. I forgot how wacky how wacky they made the learn settings. That's not even the best part yet. Wait till we get much later. Oh god, wait till we get much later. Same as last time where the sounds just lay on top of each other. That's not even. Still have not fixed that. I may have briefly mentioned adaptability. Yeah, there's a bunch of other Pokemon that seem to have adaptability. There's a calcium that I needed much earlier. Exactly. Real. I don't understand how he'd still managed to do that. Now they'll probably miss a jump kick. Um, Sadly, Dokken's just gonna be a sitting duck for this. But every time it keeps thinking, oh, it's probably gonna be body slam. It's gonna paralyze me at some point. Never does. At least I get to have that happen. I'm pretty sure as Ammonite. Fairly certain. Excuse me. Fucking rival. I do not understand why they changed it from a rock ground type to a rock steel. Oh yes, let's make him quad weak to earthquakes and earth powers. And whatever fighting type move lands on it. Even probably a question me. Yeah, let's give it a bump skin. A bump to its HP, a massive bump to its, well, a bump to its already high attack, and a bump to its defense. You think that's enough? You think that's enough for Rhydon? Ugh. Oh no, it's you. You're the one with Almanac. I think what's even more shocking is that we haven't gotten anything regarding the Pokespot yet. That usually happens at least once on a given playthrough. Then again, I have it all centralized in one area, so that's probably a bit of an issue. Just a little bit. The one. No. No. I sadly don't remember. But I actually forgot there's actually, well, variation of the shop openings. Because I did do Area 1. I probably should have checked back at Arcade to see if there was anything different. Something tells me that the answer is, in fact, is a very profound no. A very obvious, very effective no. I'm gonna check anyway because I'm kind of low on bombs. He says with like a little bit over a dozen of shade balls. it didn't change that damn thing. Watch it actually come as soon as I get back. Just because I made that small little detour. It's probably gonna be a while before we get into the ultimate form. But as nice as it was to see Galani and Zigzagoon, I don't think we're gonna see anything from this sort until until Snaddle. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of a wait. Wait, did I seriously hit? I just want to hit jump. Okay. I'm not paying attention again. Because I could just want to hit jump kick and instead I hit punch. Fine. Also, it's not like I'm going to be sticking around with Delcatty. These two are just here until they build up their real teammates. And unfortunately, I was going to mention, it's as funny as that Primate is fighting Steel, simply because we do not have something like a Lucario in XD. Despite it teasing a couple Pokemon from Gen 4. No, that's Mystery Dungeon that does that. Oh, Red and Blue Rescue Team. Most Lucario and Weavile. So I mean, I could also change the team again and use Primate instead of Medicham. But I already have two other Steel types, and we're already quite weak to fighting. No. Oh right, never got any stuff like lemonade. I'm I'm sure it'll be fine. Yes, because you clearly deserve having this. Fuck, I keep forgetting. Well then. I legit fuck oil. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, I don't care how many times I see it, it still reminds me of the Pokemon that was used. I don't know why it was still it was Pokemon Forever. The one used by the fucking villain in that movie. That's all I can see with the shade bulbs. No! No! Are you serious? I was joking! But I said, oh, we're probably gonna find a shiny Pokemon for something that I'm not even hunting for. What do we see? A shiny Elekid. Oh no, dude. Well then. Guess what we're doing? Clearing out the fucking field before we do anything with Elekid. Clouds, right? Yep. Wow, that's a really bad time to get rid of Moonblast. Wait, no. I keep forgetting modern Pokemon rules. Because you can't paralyze electric types anymore. Also, really gotta stop misclicking. Get mixed. Really don't want to use Snow so that, you know, for fear of it activating Defiant. Well, you just get refused, that works too. Not, I'm not quoting it. I'm pretty sure it has Define. Yeah. So confused. Has to thank you to hit. Oh, okay. One headache out, right? That was just the rest of the fight. Oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? I have a Pokemon with Lightning Rod. Like, actually, what am I doing? Bulldoze's gonna hit fucking Voltorb. I don't know what's. Plus, I still be able to use water types. I don't have Storm Thing. Thank you. One HP. Oh, wonderful. 1 HP and an Apple Berry. I can't believe I found a shiny Light Cape. Good God. I wasn't kidding. Honestly, something tells me that probably would have been on Meditite if it had appeared during that. I would have absolutely loved the shiny Meditite. Fucking love that thing shiny. No, it's since on a topic of Magneum Liquidus. How's about because it's not a sole special attacker. Much like Electivire is a physical attacker. And it has Defiant. As for Magma, I want to say it's close. That's kind of in line with Magmortar. Plus competitive. Like, good God Almighty. Good Lord. Oh yeah, before I forget. And yeah, speaking of forgetting, I did also forget that they sell lava cookies. So I could have had a way to deal with confusion and chose not to get it. Oops. Not sure, just get a few lemonades. Because even these things, comparable to super potions, but they cost less. With the lucky egg to bag on. Seriously, we have not get a sign up for the Pokespot. Or am I tripping out again? No, it is nothing. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do then. Like, just like put like 1 or 2. So at the very least, who knows? Maybe I'll find like a relic cancer in these Pokespots, because you know those 1% chance encounters. They'll love this track as well. That's used for trade evolutions. Yes, for a Colosseum that is not yet built. Yeah, you actually can't use the CDs. Nor can you play bingo. Apparently not even bingo works. You know what? It's fucking astounding that there's not been a single method of Pokespots. Like, You were just looking for this. Can you really tell that it's shiny? The elect kit, I mean. Well, that's always been the case for Pokemon like a kid and the shinies. Like, barely even notice a difference. Meanwhile, some of them in the GameCube games, I swear that happens, and I never know why it disconnects. There we go. Took a sweet time. And that's probably 9 minutes. Oh right, that's yeah. I'm a rogue. You're not what I'm looking for. Am I still gonna catch you? Probably. Just so I can have more stuff for the purification chamber. How cute. Like, sure, keep reminding us that Pursuit used to be a move. And used to be like one of the things that could have checked ghost types in singles. That was how did they remove moves? Instead of, you know, giving substantial buffs to Pokemon that existed. Especially in this ever-increasing trend of power creep. No, not a thing. Okay. Not even a berry. There we go. Which that means that Lounge is just stuck there. I want to... I still have a bit of time. We can at least do that. Like, do a bit of Finnack. Then hopefully by the time, the next time I get up to stream, I should have Meditite. Whether or not I end up soft resetting to the point of getting a shiny, I don't know. Because it does bear repeating that I've had instances where I was soft resetting, actually twice, for Mawile and Gligar. I was soft resetting to their respective natures. Both of them ended up being shiny before that happened. Don't tell me I don't remember where I need to go. In the same places. Not that I particularly know if it's possible to add items on here without changing what already exists. Which one is? What's this time? Hey. And I can already tell by the flashing that it's probably a common encounter. But if doing this, I might as well do it for the purification chamber since I'm probably gonna need it. That probably I will. A pencil. Hilarious. A 2% encounter, and that's the one I end up getting. Oh, but no Meditite. No, don't you dare. Okay, I thought you were gonna... I thought I meant it was gonna leave. Okay. Look at me forgetting sun mechanics with how they escape turns and whatnot. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Probably some little fucking beetle. I just don't remember what type of bug pizza it is. Gosh, I used to. Oh, jeez. Need to get a package. Alright. You know, seriously, let's not get distracted again. Again, not even looking at us. Hello. Oh, right. Master's still dead. Hmm. This is awkward. Let's find out if we can take a hit, right? Not even hitting Swine up. Now you do. Oh, that's fine, you do. Good. I've been actually using Sword Sense. Again, Assault Vest once we get it. Go, you can take a snow. Might be like at least two of them will be over leveled for Pokemon that I don't want on a team. But surely you can take a snow. Ooh, okay. Oh, oh, I realized too late, but I still have that aiming the coin. There's, oh, it's probably not gonna be the desert. No, it is. Fuck. Man. Oh, don't. That's annoying. Actually, forget how annoying that is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure 60% is still hitting. That's crazy, dude. I have to bear in mind that this is happening while the desert area is still getting its Pokesnacks eaten. And it's probably not even Meditite. Yes, please. I should probably mention, because for some reason, Shogun gets Salamence's typing before it actually becomes a Salamence. Oh wait, that's another thing. It could also be Munchlax. All this void could be just to see Munchlax stable. And they finally figured out how to count. It was a Baltoy. Oh, get off the screen. As much as I like Claydol, I have no interest in having Claydol. Oh, you know, I probably could have captured it. Oops. That's fine. As soon as I come back. And it's just a sight. Sadly, I'm gonna have plenty of water types throughout this, so no. You know, seriously. I think the last thing I'm gonna do is... Yeah, I think the last thing I'm gonna do for today is get the fucking mod open. Unblocked. And then probably try my damnedest to get that Meditite. Oh wait. It's now that I have fucking pixelate hyper voice. Hilarious. Get that shit, that's fine though. You know what? As tempting as it is to try and do this until I at least get a Meditite, I'm not doing that. I'll do that off screen. And hopefully I'll remember to do the EV training off screen so that it's not taking up an hour. Gosh, how did I forget that? Oh yeah, sellable eaters and elixirs again. There's a few yours. Leafstone. Focus nice. Thing. Yeah. Typically, what's I do today? Because I'd like to get Meditite sooner rather than later, and that's going to be. Okay, so that's probably going to be before the day ends. So it's going to be it for the stream. Meditite, EV training. Polygon's not going to be until later, and neither is Marwa. So those two, I don't have to worry about it. It's just that damn Meditite. And it's gonna be RNG on top of RNG, so hopefully again, sooner rather than later.